Hello. Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Sam. And welcome to New Year, new content. Finally, I am getting through the end of year stuff, so hopefully this video onward will mostly be new content for the year, starting with a brand new TBR. This is going to be my 24 in 2024, and let me just premise that I disastrously failed last year's TBR. I just was so like out of sight, out of mind. I put a lot of things I was excited for at the beginning of the year and then just like didn't plan, prioritize, or care. And so here we are. This year I'm not switching it up, I'm not changing it, but I am making it maybe easier for myself because it is 24 in 2024, the year of our I'm not religious. I don't know where I was going with that. Anywho, since it's 24 books this year, I thought it was like the perfect time to just mix books that I want to read with my 12 friends recommend 12 books TBR. So we're gonna first discuss what my friends want me to read this year. I asked in a Discord where most of my friends are, on Meredith's Discord, I asked for picks as well as on my Instagram, where some of my friends have, I suppose, collectively decided that this year is my romance era. And I don't know how I feel about it, but let's just jump in. Right off the bat, I did have 13 friends recommend books, and one of them was like, I didn't want to boot anyone specifically off, you know? And so I was like, I'll just add it. So I have 13 friends that recommended me books, and then I'll have 11, if my math's correct, books that I just really want to get to. So let's begin. Let's talk about it. I hope that none of these are St. Martin's Press. I didn't verify, but I'm pretty sure we're safe. So, goodness grief. We'll start with the one that I own, which is Butcher and Blackbird. This is oh god, words are suddenly so hard. Okay, Bryn Weaver wrote Butcher and Blackbird. This is the first book in a trilogy, which I don't know how I feel about this being a trilogy, but I think it's going to be like a romance companion series where like the next book follows a different couple type of thing. But this is a romance about two serial killers finding each other and falling in love. I guess one of them knows of the other's crimes and like idolizes them a little bit and is like looks up to them, and then the other is just like, I didn't know you existed, and then I guess they fall in love. I'm not sure. Eliza recommended this. She read it in 2023. I think this came out in like August or something, and it was a book of the month add-on, so I decided, of course, this is the opportunity. The audiobook is also available on Audible, so I will be actually reading this in February, this month. I'm very excited, a little nervous. I saw that Katie Colson read it, and she said it was quite steamy, so I'm a little nervous about that. I won't lie, but I am excited for this nonetheless. I did just read Mayfly earlier this year, and so I'm hoping to kind of get some of that like unhinged feeling, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. This also works if you're participating in the Bookymon readathon this year. There's tools on the cover because there's like chainsaws and hatchets and stuff. So I'm using it for that prompt as well. And then moving on to all of the other ones that I do not own. So consider romance to some degree. The other romances that I've been asked to read. Hello Nikki Novels decided that I'm going to be reading Juniper Hill. This is by Devney Perry. I know very little about this. This is probably like the most romance put on my TBR, but luckily Daphne said that she would buddy read this with me because we know how I am with romance. It's very hit or miss. I don't pick it up too often, so it's like I'm most hesitant about this one, I think. But I've seen like Stephanie Bookish really enjoyed this one. A lot of people like this series and like these books, so I'm going in with not high hopes, but like good vibes, good feelings, hoping for the best. Another romance recommended to me by the Library Dweller. Aaliyah recommended to me Check and Mate by Ali Hazelwood, which I am excited about. I've seen a lot of mixed reviews. Some people really like it, some people really don't. I like chess. Thank you, Queen's Gambit. I'm into it. I know how to play it, so I'm interested to see how that goes, but I've also heard like more in depth, that like we are following an 18-year-old main character and she's got a lot of struggles, but also it's very sex positive, which I think is good for older young adults because I think that it's important to have those conversations in books and like let it just be okay that people have sexual desires and sleep with people and like normal human stuff. So I'm excited for those conversations, but I also know that there's a lesser romance plot and more like following the main girl and like her family struggles and getting to know her and what she's dealing with. So I am excited for it. I have, I think, the right expectations to go into it, but at the same time, it's a YA Ali Hazelwood. I just don't know how she's gonna do it. I don't know how she's gonna do it. The next romance, my friends, I don't know what I did to them, but Daphne has decided for me to read From Lukov with Love. This is, I think, a figure skating? Oh, good lord. A figure skating, ice skating type of romance of some sort. I truly know very little about this one. I've just seen the cover a lot. I've heard a lot of people talk about it. I think I recommended it to my friend when she asked me for recommendations because she once did figure skating and I was like, oh, here's one that I know of. But I don't think she ever read it, so maybe I can get her to buddy read with me. We'll see. Another romance, Reading with Meredith had just about everybody put this on their 12 Friends TBR, so I of course said, you know, normally I would ask for something different, but this year I'm just gonna take it. If you say it, I'll just listen to you and we're gonna give it a shot. So the one that she recommended to me was Love and Other Disasters. I know that this is queer. I think one of the main characters is trans. I think one of them is a chef. I think there might be like a reality TV show component to this. I'm not entirely sure. Do not quote me, but that's off the top of my noggin what I think it's about. I don't know. I've heard good things though. I've heard good reviews, so for contemporary romance, I'm intrigued enough. Okay, is that it for romance? No, I've got two more. These ones are like fantasy romance though, so I think they'll be more secure in goodness. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'm out of practice with filming, I think. So, Sasha over at Sash Reads recommended to me Feathers from the Sky. Yeah, Feathers from the Sky by Jess Weisskopf. This, I believe, also is a plus-size main character, so I'm excited for that. Beautiful cover. I have not a single ounce of a clue what this is about or what's gonna happen. I just know that she recommended it. It's pretty, and I said, okay. I was very easy this year, and I was just like, add it to the list. And then the PM reader recommended to me A Taste of Golden Iron. Yes, A Taste of Golden Iron. I had another queer love story, more fantasy I believe than other books on this list. I'm not entirely sure, but the cover gives me high fantasy vibes. Again, I've heard good things about this. I have no idea what's gonna happen. I don't know what goes into it, but they really liked it, so I said okay. So I think that is all of them. Yes, my goodness. So now we can get into some of the other things. My friend Allie, I think her YouTube is just Allie Pierce. I will have everybody linked in the description so it's easy to find them. But Allie recommended to me The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager, which is definitely one that I wanted to get to. I have Last Time I Lied and Lock Every Door. Is that his book? I think those are the two that I definitely want to get to because I really enjoyed Home Before Dark. And so I want to finish this backlist. I don't know about Final Girls, but I'm excited that she put this on the list. I don't know what it's about. I just know it's the blue one, and I'm excited. And Emily put on the list for me to read The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. I think this is the one that I am most excited for, like absolutely pumped to finally read. I know that it deals with depression and like is going to be emotionally exhausting, but at the same time just like really good. I'm so excited to read my first Sylvia Plath. This is considered a classic, I believe, and I'm just so ready. So excited. I think I have such good hopes. I'm so pumped for it. Okay, next on this list is brought to somebody that I'm mutuals on Instagram with, Angel _ on the other. They recommended to me All My Rage by Saba Tahir. Yes. I'm so nervously excited for this one. I don't know exactly what this one is about, but I do know that it is not nonfiction, which I thought it was for the longest time, but it's contemporary fiction, and it's gonna deal with some like hard-hitting topics. I think it's YA still. Don't quote me on that, but I've heard only phenomenal things about this book, so I'm so excited to have like a good excuse to finally pick it up, because it's one of those books that you throw on your TBR and then you just never really get around to. So I'm excited to finally pick this one up and see what all the hubbubaloo is about. Okay, next on here, I've got 3 left. Yes, 3 left. So Erin over at Sheba and Shelves recommended to me a book I had never heard of. I think it's a graphic novel, or I don't remember anymore, but it's Greenit Pastures by Michael Wehunt. And just thank you, Erin. You understood the assignment. You said, I got you, girl. This cover, I'm so excited. All I know about this is that it falls under the horror genre, and that's it. That is all that I know. I don't think this has too many reviews. I could be wrong, but I'm so excited to get to this one to see what it's about. This cover, the art is so good. I'm excited. Okay, the next one I actually have. I never utilize my like very bottom #1 row of shelves very often, because I just hide all the things that I don't want to see, but I was recommended to read The Book Thief by Marcus Zuskok. I don't know. But Endless Pages recommended this to me. I'm unsure how I feel. Liv really enjoyed this. A lot of people really love this. It's a classic. I have seen the movie. I've seen it so many years ago that I don't really remember the story all that well, but I know that this is following World War II. When death has a story to tell, you listen. So yeah, all I know is historical fiction, World War II. I think we're following a Jewish girl. I think this talks about like burning of books. There's, I guess, pictures. It looks easy to read. Like, there's pretty short chapters. I just, like, I've heard, you know, as, like, times continue and age and grow and more things are discovered, there's definitely some controversies around this book and, like, pros and cons to it, so I'm not sure how I feel or where I lie. Definitely something I might have to do a little bit more research in, but I won't lie and say I'm not excited for this, just because I've owned this book forever. I wanted to read it ever since I saw the movie, so I'm excited to have an excuse to. But, you know, I've heard a lot of mixed emotions about it, so we'll see. And the final book that Amy recommended to me after scouring my Goodreads, because I need a couple final picks, they have chosen for me Strong Female Characters. This is by Fern Brady, and this is nonfiction. Wow, look at me reading nonfiction this year. I'm pretty excited about this. I've heard mostly good things. Again, I don't exactly remember what it's about. There's 2 books titled similarly about strong female main characters, or like main characters or female characters or something, and I don't remember which is which. So I'm not gonna tell you because I'm not sure, but that is the final book on this TBR. Those are all the things that my friends have challenged me to read this year. We're gonna do it because I did so bad last year that I need to make amends. But I'm nervous. I won't lie. I'm a little nervous about these ones. So now we can get into the books that I've chosen for myself, that I'm so excited for. The ones that really stand out to me, that I have plans to read, that I just really hope to read for one reason or another, which we will get into. So let's just start. The first book I'm gonna mention, I don't own, so I think I own all the rest, but let me pull up the author really quick. So it's A Multitude of Dreams by Mara Rutherford. This first was on my radar because I think I saw it on Jana Agaton's like Instagram stories, and just this cover, I'm sorry, this cover is stunning and gorgeous. I'm obsessed with it. This is the author of The Poison Season, which I own but have not read, but I really want to. So I'm very excited to pick this up. I have the audiobook on Hoopla, so just like whenever I'm ready to fall into this world, I'm excited. Okay, now we can jump into the books that I own, and we're gonna start with Storm Siren. This is, oh, she dusty. This is by Mary Weber. I initially read this for the first time, ooh, I want to say like my sophomore year of high school, maybe junior, I don't exactly remember, but I saw it on like Book Outlet or something in high school and thought that it looked nice, so I picked it up, and then I ended up buying the whole series. I read the first 2 books and then I just never finished it because I have a problem with finishing series. It's a goal for this year, so I'm pretty excited to finally like pick this back up and see what it's about, because I really don't remember a whole lot. So it'll be interesting to see how I feel about it now and if I still enjoy it. I have a plan to revisit this and reread the whole, or like reread and finish the series in a reading vlog for you guys, so that's a little inside scoop to some plans. And on the same vein, in the same vein, I will be reading the entire Fallen series. Again, this is a little sneak peek. I'm so excited to finish this series and come back to this world. It has been many years. I think I read this in middle school, like so my school had like 15-minute mandatory reading periods in like 4th period after lunch or something, and so that was like your longest class because they tacked on 15 minutes for just forced reading. You could read a book that you bring, something from the library, comics from the newspaper, whatever, but you had to read something. And so I remember sitting on the gym floor. We all had like spots, like we had to like read far from each other. We couldn't sit near each other or anything, and this was the book that I read. I read the first 3 books and I loved them. I really did. This is like Fallen Angel, Twilight era type of story. I know there was like a bad cheesy romance. It's set at like a boarding school, sword and cross boarding school, oh my god. Yeah, and like they fall in love, but like if they kiss they die, and they've had like hundreds of years have passed. I'm just so excited to see what this is about, to remind myself of everything. I'm probably gonna cringe a bunch. I'm probably not gonna love it as much, but also like nostalgia. And I'm excited to see where it goes. There's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books in this series, so I'm really excited. I'm thinking of doing this kind of like a Carrie Can Read style reading vlog, where I just like spoil the whole thing and I read it with like my raw reactions of what's going on and just like have a good fucking time. I'm so excited. So that's definitely kind of happened this year. I'm pumped. Okay, now into like the more like serious things that I want to read for me. The first things that I have is Mary Oliver's Devotions. This is a book of poetry and I've heard fantastic things. I really wanted to read this last year because I was trying to be a poetry girly. That didn't happen. I did not get to nearly as much poetry as I was hoping for. So I really want to this year prioritize this and just take it slow. I want to say it's like by seasons sometimes, because I think I saw a section that was like spring. But yeah, I don't know. I'm really excited to pick this back up. I have not read a lot of poetry. I think I read 2 or 3 last year. Haven't written poetry since like middle school. I'm just really excited to see how it's done and get into this, and just like in the morning on a slow, nice spring morning, have a little cup of coffee and just like read a couple poems. I don't know. I'm trying to be that girl and I'm really excited. This next one is, I don't know why I do this to myself. There's always got to be one though, and it's gonna be It by Stephen King. This is my one. This is the biggest book on my TBR. It's the biggest book in my possession. This is the biggest book I've ever held. I told myself I was going to read this so many times because it was meant to be a buddy read with me, Eliza, and Emily. Emily read it. She did the dang thing. She did it. I said I would do it, and I was in a bit of a slump, and I just kept putting it off because nobody was requesting the audiobook. I was like, I'll just keep renewing it on Libby, and eventually I said, you know what, Sam, just put it, return it, stop with the stress, pick it up when you're ready. So this is definitely going to happen at some point. I don't know exactly when, but at some point this year, probably closer to like the fall when I have some more free time, because starting this like first thing in the new year was just not gonna go well for me. So yeah, eventually, just not right now. Cool. It's great. Oh man. Okay, Next, Inkblood Sister Scribe by Emma Torres. I've heard pretty good things. This did pretty well in the Goodreads Reading Choice Awards, and my friend Eliza really enjoyed this. So of course I have to pick it up. I had the audiobook for a little while. I wasn't getting around to it because December was just like not my reading month, and now I don't know when I'm gonna get into this. But it's following two sisters, and they have to like, there's like some type of mystery going on. They work in a library. They're like in a estranged relationship with each other, so I'm excited for like that sisterly feel and just like the magic of this place. It feels, I don't know, I'm excited. I don't have a lot of expectations for this, but whatever I get, I'm excited for, especially because Eliza enjoyed it so much. Speaking of Eliza, honestly, a lot of my books have to do with Eliza, what can I say? But Eliza, Emily, and I are going to be buddy reading The Bonesmith, or just Bonesmith, by Nikki Powell Preto at some point. This is the Illumicrate, no, this is the Fairy Loot edition. I'm so excited to have this. I don't know a lot. I think it's going to be a trilogy. And I think it's about necromancy. I think we're following two perspectives. One girl who is like exiled and like goes to like the border to go fight things, and this guy, prince-like being, who is like also there or something. I don't really remember, but I'm so excited for this. I genuinely like, I have really high hopes. I'm hoping not too high, but pretty high. Oh, what a stack. Okay, this next one is the second biggest at over 600 pages. We've got The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King by Carissa Broadbent. I finally bit the bullet and I have the Audible book for the audiobook on Audible, spent the credits. Annoyingly, I had the first book and then they decided to redo the audiobooks, I think because it was being traditionally published or something, and for whatever reason, explain to me why Audible would not just automatically give me the credit of the book that I own, give me the new version of it. Why did I have to repurchase a book I owned because it was redone? Like, I should just be given that, right? No? Upsetting. But this is the sequel to, oh lordy, the sequel to, you know, I can't think of that really long title right now. But this is the second book in the debut. I also have the novella, the like in between book that I want to read before this as well. But I'm excited to, honestly, I'm going to reread the series and then finish it because I had a lot of fun with the first one. I really enjoyed the vampires, the trial. I really enjoyed the end. I enjoyed the relationships that the characters had with each other and like the dynamics of everything. I just like overall had a good experience. It was a slow start to the series, but then it really picked up and I really enjoyed it. So I'm excited to finally finish this dang thing. She's so chunky. This is the self-published edition. I'm so happy to have had it. But yeah, I'm, so chunky. And the last one that I want to read is A Study in Drowning by Ava Reed, which I put this on the list before I saw a lot of people I trusted review this, and now I'm really nervous about it. Everyone says that the vibes are immaculate, but the plot itself is lacking, and the second half of the book just like isn't as good. I'm really hoping that I enjoy it. I'm nervous. Another thing that I did not know, thank you so much Carrie, over at Carrie Can Read, because she read this and didn't really care so much for the second half. I thought I was in the clear with this one, with like the whole sexual assault content. Apparently not. I've been avoiding Juniper and Thorn for that exact reason, because I knew that was a discussed topic, but apparently it's in this one as well. So I'm a little bit hesitant. I heard that it's written well and like talked about well, and so I'm on the fence about it. But I'm really hoping that like the vibes will carry me and that I enjoy this, because I'm scared I won't. But everyone says that Ava Reed is like great at writing, it's beautiful writing, great settings, so yeah, this is the one. This is probably the one I'm maybe most nervous about, but those are all of them. Those are all the books, all 24 books I'm challenging myself to read all in 2024. Hopefully I will also complete some of my TBRs from the previous year that I just like did not get to because whoopsies. So yeah, hopefully it'll be a jam-packed year and I don't let anybody down, and I just get to read everything that I say I'm gonna read and want to read. Yeah, yeah, I can do it. It'll be fine. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Hopefully it'll be more new content. I'm so excited for the new year and just like fresh start. Just, you know, I'm excited. So I'll see you guys then. Bye.